It's a terrific Tuesday, and you're welcome to Breakfast Central, your best spot for news, entertainment, sports, everything you want to know about the latest trends in the country. You're here on Breakfast Central, and I'm Benga Aboroa.
And I am Olive Emodi, welcoming you to Breakfast Central. It's another exciting day for us here. The past 24 hours has been fraught with lots of stories. Some pleasant, most not pleasant when we look at the politics happening all around the country, in Lagos State, in Osun State, in different parts really. And it seems that what we're seeing is a replicating of the foundational issues, which is the fact that many would argue that politics is really about grabbing of power as opposed to representing the people who voted these politicians into power. Let's begin in Lagos State, where there was a rowdy session yesterday at the Lagos State House of Assembly, as we saw that armed DSS officials entered into the hallowed chambers, something that should not be seen in the Lagos State House of Assembly. They eventually did pass a vote of confidence on Honorable Mojisola Meranda, who is the Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly. Now recall that Honorable Mudashiru Obasa has, of course, he was removed from his position as Speaker and is now contesting the legality of how he was removed as Speaker. The case is now in court. But rather than wait for the court to come out with his judgment, it would seem that people have decided to take the laws into their own hands and enter into the hallowed chambers. Let's take a look at the embarrassing video. Lots of pushing, shouting, arguments that we see in that video. In fact, if you see one of the videos that made it to social media, eventually when the vote of confidence was passed in favor of Honorable Mojisola Meranda, we could see her in tears of joy.
She got really, really emotional, and I mean, the scenes that played out yesterday are quite disgraceful. I wonder what examples are setting for their children. This is democracy. It's a civil exercise. Why all this rowdiness and drama? And I hope serious investigations will be done to unravel the course of the desecration of the hallowed chambers of the Lagos State.
Desecration, yeah. I don't even know if there's a stronger word to use than desecration. Because what they've done there is plain embarrassing. It's embarrassing to see that this is where our politics is. Not surprising, not shocking, but embarrassing. We see this every now and then. It feels like every other day, after they've taken a brief hiatus, we'll see a drama again in the hallowed chamber. Somebody will steal maize and run away with the maize. Somebody will use maize to flog somebody.
The people elected you to pass laws to make life easy for Lagosians, and this is such a distraction, and it's been going on for quite a long time. So what time would you have to attend to normal legislative duties, your actual responsibilities that you were elected for? And another angle is the DSS. Yes, the Department of State Services said they were invited to forestall any breakdown in law and order. If you invite somebody to protect you, is that the way you go about it? It's almost like I must protect you by force. Why the pushing and shoving? And that's the letter from the DSS claiming that the Lagos State House of Assembly actually invited them to provide additional security on.
And the letter was, of course, signed by the acting clerk of the House. So whilst we say that the Lagos State House of Assembly, the DSS were there to protect them, there are those who would argue that the DSS also contributed to the level of disorganization and rowdiness that we saw at the State House of Assembly. So at the end of the day, I think one thing that we must remember is that politics and political leadership happens by virtue of the people who put you in power.
Exactly.
For those who are clamoring for Mudashiru Obasa And it's well within his right to argue that, he was illegally removed. Well, at the end of the day, I think one thing you want to remove, yes, there's a place for that, and the place for that is the courts, a court of competent jurisdiction, the law courts, the last hope of the common man. And beyond that, I think it's also important to ask, if everybody in the house is not in support of your leadership, and you come back into the house, and you eventually, gain access and you become the speaker of the house, how do we envisage that things will then play out? How do we envisage things will pan out? If the people whom you're supposed to work together towards making legislation, for the state are not in support of your leadership.
32 of them out of 40, and speakership is not anyone's birthright. Please, it's becoming an embarrassment, and it's dragging on for too long. But moving on to other stories from Lagos, let's move to Anambra. This is quite a very bizarre story. When you talk about majoring in minors and misplaced priorities, this has to top it, and we've been seeing a lot of this lately. Anambra security outfit threatens to arrest ladies without bra and pants. You know how much a bra is these days with the minimum wage? Some bras go for like
Can 30, I even just tell you, that's a valid thing. Flesh and blood, not do this thing to you. I just came back from holiday and I bought some bras, and I know how much these bras cost, how many pounds if you convert it to naira. Then even if you come back to Lagos, do you know bras go as high as 50,000 naira?
Wow, how much is minimum wage? So you buy a bra and then nothing to eat because you don't want Anambra security outfit to arrest you. What's going on? So a security outfit in Anambra has declared its intention to arrest women seen in public without bras or pants. This is a very sexist law, because what happens to the men? The men that move around topless, the men that just pee in public, open defecation and all of that. It's almost like this law is out to target women. And the announcement made via a public address system, reminiscent of back in those days when we had town criers. Exactly.
That's how you know people's age.
I think you've lived in the village
Anybody that knows town criers today, that's how you know their age or where they grew up. Remember back in the day when they would announce that, Oro Festival is about to happen, everybody should get home early, you see the town criers.
Yes.
Everybody go.
Now in the footage, an official of the security outfit speaking in Igbo claimed the directive was issued by Governor Chukwuma Soludo. I mean, we understand indecent dress. Yeah, they flashed the video earlier. Yes,
however, in reaction to that, I mean, this video, he claims is Chukwuma Soludo that has given that instruction. However, there's now been a report out, so we're not quite sure which one to believe. The Punch newspaper reports that the Anambra State government has denied these claims, and they said the statement was issued on Monday by Christian Aburime, the press secretary to Governor Chukwuma Soludo, who dismissed the report as false and malicious. The government clarified that the claims, which suggested an arrest campaign against girls working without bras and pants, were untrue and misleading. I checked his X page, and I'm not sure that I saw anything like a press statement.
I mean, we've seen Amotekun. I think it's in Ondo State. They cut the hair of people with dreadlocks. I mean, they're going too far beyond their constitutional jurisdiction. The people that are supposed to be, what they're supposed to be looking out for are those who have in any way caused unconstituted violence, right?
Yes, looking at the state of security. We have too many issues to deal with. Bra and pants should be the list of your priorities. In fact, I'm hoping that the administration can look for ways to ensure that they can improve the economy so that women don't have to spend so much on purchasing bra and pants. Maybe they will not have a bra and pants. I wonder who will even do the inspection for the pants. You probably can volunteer. Let's move now to Osun State, where it would seem that there's a lot of drama going on, drama that has led to the loss of lives. Osun State local government elections are coming up in a few days, but it seems that, excuse me, it would seem that there are forces that do not want the elections to hold. The local government chairmen who were removed have now tried, according to reports, to forcefully take over their offices or take over their seats again. And what we've seen is there's been violence as a result. The APC and the PDP have clashed. Governor Adeleke, lives have been lost. Days before, Governor Adeleke put out a tweet saying that if any violence that occurs in Osun State on Sunday, Monday, or thereafter, that they should hold Oyetola, the former governor of Osun State, responsible for that. And then he did give a very long press release. There's been a lot of emotion that has erupted out of this. In fact, Grammy-nominated singer,
the nephew of the governor,
multi-award winning singer-songwriter, the leader of 30BG, 001 himself, Davido, has gone on Twitter as well to rant. He did put up a video saying, you know, to the police, and this time around he addressed his anger at the Commissioner of Police in Osun State, saying if they are mad, he's madder, you know, and that they are going to meet aura for aura, band for band, madness for madness. However, he's maybe had an afterthought and has come out with another tweet saying he was, of course, moved by emotions due to the lives that have been lost, and as a result, he forgot, you know, and he let go and expressed his frustration, but that he's been duly informed that the Commissioner of Police has also had sleepless nights as well because of the violence that's occurred in Osun State. This is not even a thing to joke about because, again, we're seeing, you know, what is being replicated in different parts. Remember, local government elections have been a cause for concern. A cause for concern, we saw that in Rivers State, where the local government elections almost didn't happen. You know, we've seen that happen in different parts of the state. It just feels like we have pockets of the same issues happening in different parts of the country. Politics shouldn't be a do-or-die affair.
It's a civic exercise, and we need to put our emotions in check and be civil about it.
It's whether the people of Osun State will gather together to ensure that this election happens. And we'll talk more about this much later. I'll be taking the reactions of Nigerians. So if you haven't tweeted yet, you can tweet and tag us at News Central TV. Share your thoughts on the Osun State violence concerning the local government elections. And I'll be sure to take your tweets much later when we look at what Nigerians are saying.